Hello, everyone, and welcome to Next in Beauty. My name is Kristina. I'm very excited to be here today with you. I've been in tech, in digital, for 12 years. Not here, and not in UAE, in Dublin, in Ireland. I moved to UAE very recently. Moved here for my big dream, to launch here my business, to launch the business which I believe was going to help all of us, consumers and brands, to get connected and to be able to enjoy life more by having the great technology supporting us. So today the topic from me to you, the session which we are going to be covering, is how we can move from transactional to very meaningful relationships with our consumers. How technology can actually help us to get there. And in general, what the future consumer wants. So it's a good question, right? So what the future consumer wants. If we're asking today the question, what's actually consumer wants, we're already far ahead comparing to some businesses and brands which still think in a bit of different way of, okay, what do I want to sell? So when we ask the question to ourselves, what's the consumer wants, and actually when the consumer wants this, we can answer the question as well, if it's today, it's a tomorrow, is it actually ever going to happen, which help you to identify, is it your target audience in general or not? I'm wondering, I would love to know a bit more, the audience here. So who of you, please raise the hands, who have you been living in Dubai? Great, amazing. And the rest are people coming over? Wow, fantastic. So for those who came over here and visiting us, first of all, welcome. If you Google the 2071, you will see the memorandum, and you could be able to get access and read the big document, which is a vision of His Highness and vision of government for the next 5 decades for UAE. And if you read through, it's a big document, but if you read through, if you will spend some time on it, you will see that it actually has a consumer in its core, in its heart. So everything which government is planning for this country, it's all about people and being people-centric. So, but how do we, like we can say, yes, we need to be consumer-centric, but how do we do that? So 6 years with Google, 3 years with Facebook, I was actually helping businesses to build these relationships between consumers and brands. And when we think of personalization and hyper-personalization, which I'm pretty sure all of you are well aware of, we're thinking, okay, what is it? Is it technologies which are going to help to improve the performance of your platforms, of your websites, of your apps, or it's something else which you can do as a brand beyond actually improving just the website? But the thing is, and which is quite clear, is personalization, hyper-personalization is not future anymore. It's actually something which is required now and today. 56% of consumers, they actually expect to actually join the platforms and get personalized experience. And nobody can be surprised today, with receiving email with your name in that. We definitely need to go way or beyond that. However, still, brands, if we're talking, let's say, about US market, the brands are still losing, it's around, 768 billion yearly of lack of personalization. There are a lot of technology out there. I'm pretty sure you heard about something like Dynamic Yield, for example, right? So it's a plugin which you put attached to your website, understands the clicks and views of your consumer, and then optimize the content based on that. But is that enough? So we think of brand and business, and I'm talking today, I will try to link these two worlds and two stories, right? Between consumer and brand. So when we think of it, everything which starts with the very first communication with consumer and up to consumer coming back, everything is experience. So your brand today is experience. It's not just a product, it's not just a service, it's actually the whole experience. So how do we build this experience that consumers, people we ourselves can relate to business. We can feel that this business cares about us. Because when we feel this way, this is how we stay loyal to the brand, right? Have you heard of two types of consumers, which is transactional and relational? Have you heard about it? I'm pretty sure you probably did, but let me remind you. So transactional are the consumers whose behavior online, offline, it's all about getting the best deal, right? So it's getting the best price. They can walk around the whole town searching for the best price of the product. You know, they will scroll endlessly and they do the research to get basically the best deal. And usually they're very happy about it because it's a big achievement for them. So they usually share with their friends and family, hey, by the way, I've got this great deal. There is another type of consumers, which is relational. So relational consumers, they're not so much care about price, but they more care about experience. This is where the packaging is getting important for them, right? So how you welcome them. So how do they enjoy the experience with you? You probably maybe face the situation when you're coming to this salon for pedicure or manicure, for instance, for the first time. And you're being greeted at the entrance. The lady brings you in, and you take a seat, and you're about to get the service. You're sitting and waiting for somebody to accommodate you, waiting for the master to come in. And then you see another woman coming in, and she's getting offered a tea and coffee, and you're like, wait. But you sense it, right? So nobody said that this is the experience which everybody should have. But what is different about me? Why I didn't get this treatment? Okay, but obviously you will not leave the salon just because of tea and coffee. You can get your own coffee. You don't care about it. What happened next? You wait. The master comes in and offers you, okay, which color do you want? And you're like, I want a bright color, but you know what? I'm not sure actually. I thought I want a bright color, but I think I will change it. Maybe I'll go with the dark color. So you keep thinking of, okay, what is going to work, what I'm going to wear, you know, how it's going to all match together. And then you see this lady basically making this look, and she's like, come on, just make up your mind. Maybe the service was great at the end. Maybe your pedicure, manicure went like you love it, and the price maybe was good. But this experience, which you've got, what you felt there, you will never forget. You know, my mom used to say to me when I was a little girl, she used to say, you know, people do not remember what you tell to them. They do not remember what you mention to them, numbers, whatever, even though it's a good triggers, right? Numbers, brands. No, they do remember how you make them feel. This is what we remember. It's any relationship. So if this is the core of relationship, it's the same core of relationship between businesses and brands. And, you know, unlocking these relationships, it's all about understanding the decision-making process beyond, basically, what is happening, what makes the consumer choose you, how the decision-making process happening. You know, we're getting 170,000 signals daily going through our mind. And it's 8 layers, 8 filters the information is going through. And there is a lot of information there, right? The language, the background, the experience, values, feelings. But then at the end of the day, the most important ones is just 3. Just 3 questions, which we're always answering, which is, who am I? So what's my background? What's my values? What's my education? My family? Where am I? So where am I in life? In where I'm physically located? So where am this journey? And the third one is actually, how do I feel about it? So it's either you want to fulfill certain feeling, or you are expecting already to feel something. So you had the experience with brand before, and now you know, okay, this is the good experience I'm going to have. I want to repeat it. So when it comes to feelings and understanding the feelings, we don't necessarily often rely on them when it comes to marketing strategy, for example, right? We do know our product, we do know our brand. How often we do actually ask, what do we want our consumers to feel when they experience this product? Because this is your keywords. This is our CTAs. And there is a very simple triggers. I used to support mobile gamers in EMEA. So my last role with Facebook, it was about finding the next gaming unicorns and help them grow aggressively. And this aggressive growth was like from zero literally to hero, from zero on marketing budgets to $3.5 million a month. And you know, in order to be able to succeed in that, you need to be able to appeal directly to the hearts of the gamers, to bring the right ones, to bring those who are going to stick and those who are going to play, and those who are going to pay as well, because otherwise you will not be able to sustain. So in gaming, there are few emotional triggers which we actually can learn from and use in retail and use and experience with the brands and use and experience as services as well. So one is
The level 3 Barbers show is about to start in 15 minutes. Please make your way to the front row stage at the Pavilion Hall. Thank you.
We're not going anywhere, right? Let's stay, let's enjoy this. so first trigger, it's a competition, competitiveness. And you know, surprisingly, women actually prove they're a bit more competitive than men. So, and competitiveness in two ways, not only me versus you, but actually me versus me yesterday, me versus me tomorrow. And together with competitiveness comes the experience and growth. So I want to improve, I want to grow myself, regardless, man and woman, I want to progress, I want to see my own progress. The third one, it's tribe motivation. So this is our social proof. This is everything around, okay, if you are using this product, and I trust your opinion, I don't actually need to read about it because you already decided that it's a good one. So I'll just listen to your opinion and I will follow it. That's a tribe, basically, proof and social proof. There is another one, which is newbie versus pro. You know, the newbie user or newbie consumer is choosing this product, but the pro is actually using this experience. So why am I mentioning this all? Because it's not about me giving you today the script of, and you going home and actually using the script for your activities, for your communication. No, it's more about setting the right mindset and for you start asking those questions. If you do already, then it's a question, how do you test it? How do you test the consumer, how they respond to it? Do you understand actually all of the motives and all of the triggers which work for the consumers? So I actually want to play a game with you today. You know, somebody who coming from the gaming, I couldn't just talk about games and not play the game. So I'll need to, please, I will ask my team to help me here. Guys? Yeah? Great. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to scan the QR code. And we're going to play a game. I don't need your names, your emails, phone numbers. Don't worry. It's nothing about collecting your details. It's very safe space. So you're scanning the QR code, and we're going to answer 3 simple questions. And then we're going to see the answers all together. So we're going to do like a brainstorming together here. So very first question. Did you manage to get it, guys? Yeah? Okay. So the very first question. So when you buy beauty product, and obviously, we're here at the Beautyworld. It means that all around beauty. So when you buy beauty products, which unique product qualities are important to you? So what is this unique quality which you would choose the product for again and again? And it could be many. And it's not necessarily ingredients, and it's not necessarily price. There could be something beyond it. Maybe it's how the product makes you feel. Great. So we have, let me see. So we have non-chemical, travel essentials, easy to apply, beautiful performance, easy on the go, formulation, amazing, clean formulas, of course, suits my skin, texture, scent. We've got so many keywords here. Huh? Do brands usually write them on the package? I mean, yes, some of them, maybe scent, maybe efficiency, maybe cruelty-free. But this is what actually we care about when we not just buy product once, but actually when we come back to the product again and again. Unique scent, texture, quality of ingredients. So let's say if I would be a beauty brand today, for me, this is exactly the keywords I can use in order to, appeal to my audience, in order to hook them. You can clearly see that some of the keywords can be grouped, right? Some of them more, safe to use for mothers, cruelty-free, caring about the nature. Some of them more about, efficiency and being able to use them on the go. Okay, let's go to the next one. So the next one. Okay, so the next one, who do you trust the most when buying the new beauty products? So let's say you've got a need. So please vote. Whose opinion is the most important to you? Obviously, probably do a lot of research, maybe do a few stops, but who is this person or organization who actually, their word, his or her word would be the last one, so you make the decision. Okay. Friends' advice, product description, influencer blogger, sales assistant. If we do have somebody who managed the stores here, probably they will be like, okay, how can we fix that? But this is a big battle to fight against, really, really, because obviously the experience with the salespeople in the store is so different from store to store, right? Some stores we come back and we know we can trust this person, and this person, regardless what, will recommend something best for us. But there is another stores, when you come in, there is a lot of corners. So you come in and you're like, okay, I want waterproof mascara, and maybe the body scrub with coffee aroma, and maybe I do want, let's say, lipstick. So you're like, okay, but who's gonna help me? It's like 6 people in the store, right? On the floor, and everyone is trying to push their own brand. That's not fair, no? So influencer blogger, even though the creator economy is massively growing, right? But it's still for us more for inspiration rather than taking decision, because we can't really relate to any blogger which is out there. It's amazing to partner with them. And I work a lot with the TikTok creators, for instance. It's a great, amazing concept to get your product or service discovered, but that's not enough for people to choose it. It's great to get them impressed by, or to kind of hear the keywords, how the bloggers or influencers are actually talking about your product, but it's not enough for the choice. Okay, product description, that's amazing. And we can see clearly here that we have very sophisticated audience, because usually people do not understand product descriptions, okay? So they do read and they do try to, okay, maybe the way you use the product, yes, the application process. But let's say in some serum or beauty or cream, for instance, you not necessarily would know the ingredients. And you would not necessarily know, okay, which ingredients are good for me. And by the way, I don't know if you know that fact, that in beauty, more than 80% of people do not know their skin type. How come? I was like that, okay? So until we started to build iChooseBest, I was pretty much sure that I have a dry skin, and that's it. I was buying everything for the dry skin, was trying to fix this issue, being constantly on the go, flying. And we did a test, and when we did a test, I figured out that actually the skin is dehydrated. And I have a combination skin, so which means that I need to use completely different products. So this is where a lot of education needed for the consumers, right? And okay, my favorite one, the friend's advice. And you know what? It's true. We still rely a lot on our close circle of friends and family. And we usually have one go-to person for makeup, one go-to person for skincare, go-to person for hair, for sport, for books, for travel. So we have our own top voices, separated from creators, separated from the people in the store. Let's get to the next question. And then one more. Yes. Okay, the last one, easy one. Which beauty product you cannot live without? Lipstick. Me too, me too. Shampoo, moisturizer, cleanser, concealer, yes. It's like you wake up in the morning and you're like, why I look like a panda? Perfume, very nice. Perfumes are so... Do we have people in the perfumery industry here? Ah, nice. It's so, the opinion about perfume is so subjective, huh? it's so hard to identify. Like over the years, we get the experience and we do know, okay, what is those unique elements of the ingredients of the perfume we would like, but still, moisturizer. That's interesting. You know what? So me before leaving the corporate job and going into the entrepreneurship, like I went through a lot of researches. So everything which was available to me at that point, I went through all of it. And that's interesting because the moisturizer, it is actually the one with the most needed and popular beauty products in the world. So it's not a surprise, even though we're a smaller audience here, a bit more modest than talking about the whole world, but still, shampoo, cleanser, amazing. I'll tell you the story. Thank you so much. I think with this one, with the game, we're done. By the way, this type of game, or not necessarily in this format, like a stage and audience, this type of game you can easily play with your consumers, right? So easy. You can make a focus group, you can do events, especially now when we think about, that each business's experience, and if you're present in the country, city, region where you operate, like you can organize your events, and this is how you can engage and get the real insights of, okay, why they love your products for. Or actually opposite, something which we not necessarily use enough, we not necessarily ask people why did they quit, why they actually stopped using the product. Because this is where, let's say, talking about sales. Like in sales, when you build sales funnels, you say, okay, this is my disqualified lead. But disqualified, why? Because of price, because it's too early, because it's too late, because the ingredients are wrong. So talking about deeply understanding consumers, it's very important to understand both ways, right? What do they like? And actually what stops them from purchasing the product. There is an interesting, like a workshop. If you do, who's running any marketing activities, please? Any campaigns? No? Not by your hands, I mean like within your businesses? Yes, a little bit? Okay. The creatives are usually a big challenge, right? To find appealing creatives so hard. So what you can do, you actually bring all your team together, ideally with some consumers, and then you just take the white page and you split it into two, and you say, okay, on the one side, on the left, we're gonna write everything what motivates people to go for my product. And then on the left side, you write everything what would blocks people from buying the product. And you would be surprised. I did the workshop so many times with different brands. And when you have accountant together with business owner, together with a sales team, together with supplier, the answers are so different. And we not necessarily always ask each other, right? So I promised you a story, so I'll tell you the story. So a few years ago, I was in let me check. Am I still on? Okay, I think I'm back. Okay. So a few years ago, I was on a trip. So I was flying from Dublin to Poland. And I had to set up the new office, new operations there. I came into the office where I didn't know anyone. So I was sent as a coach and an expert to Krakow. And when I came in, it's a huge office where I need to hire people and train people, set up operations, and I don't know anyone. Like, it's not easy, It doesn't matter in which position you are. It's still not easy, right? You still want to find. Okay, I'm sorry. I think I was. Could you hear me? Right? Okay. Thank you. So, on the second or third day, I saw one girl, and I saw this beautiful red lipstick on her, and her teeth was so white. You know what? So I went and asked. I said, what is it? So what is this? It's gorgeous. What is it? Is it like, what do you do with your teeth? And because I didn't know at that time, like obviously you experts, but I didn't know at that time that the red lipstick can have a cold undertone, and that this is what makes the teeth whiter. So I asked her, and she told me, it's MAC Ruby Woo. So what do you think I did straight away after? Yes, of course. I was like, okay, where is the closest MAC store? And I went to the MAC, and I bought this lipstick. So this was like 7 or 8 years ago. You're questioning maybe if I'm wearing this today. No, today no. But usually I do. But surprisingly, what happened over the years is that I tried that time, and then every time I would wear it, I would feel so confident about myself. And the next kind of a layer of my relationships with this product was when I realized that this product is accessible everywhere. So even I'm running out or forgot it at home, I actually can just whatever city I'm in, I can buy it. But there was another thing, is that I was going through some challenging times in my life, but at the same time, I had to perform, and I had to look good. So this white lipstick became basically my shield. So whatever I didn't feel good enough, and I didn't feel confident enough, or I was upset or something, I would put on this red lipstick, and that's it. I'm like, I'm ready. I'm ready. Whatever you give me, I will do it. So, but how it started? It started with me asking and actually becoming a friend with this person. We're still great friends. So, and interesting thing as well that you shared, that the friends is such an important element of the decision-making process as well. So, for many years, I would say 5 years, 6 years now, I was thinking, we have all of those algorithms out there and all of these platforms out there. We have Google, we have Facebook, TikTok now. We have a lot of plugins we can use to enhance the experience on the website. But is that enough? Just by using this, is that enough? And the answer which I came to is like, not really, because our website is still converts only at the max 2%, right? If it's more, well, either it's very niche business, or we're actually literally bringing out users by hand to the website to buy the products. And then when we look at all of the marketing activities, it's so tricky. They change algorithms constantly. So you need to keep up with what type of ads you're running, what type of optimization you're running, what budget is enough. So I was thinking, okay, how about we create another channel? So you have already, yes, you do have few, right? So you have your website, and potentially app. You have a store. You do have a social media accounts. Maybe you have ambassador program. But how about we create one channel? But the difference with this channel would be that it's going to be consumer-centric. Not product-centric, not brand-centric, but consumer first. Because consumers, first of all, they know a lot about themselves. And they can bring their own experience, and good and bad, to integrate it with your business, for you to be able to relate, to, build these relationships with them. But in the same time, if the consumer feels safe, it means that he or she will come back again and bring the friends again. So I was like, okay, how do we build the algorithm which actually combines all of those elements, which is safe space, which is about you, it's your space. So this algorithm would know you so well that would recommend you products based on what you want today. How we can identify actual emotional triggers. So how can we build this communication with the consumers so they can actually answer and tell us how they want to feel? And at some time of, at the beginning of the month you want one thing, and at the end of the month you want another thing, and you can change this. You can change this like many times through the month. And then the fourth element was, and how do we bring friends there? Back then at Facebook, I knew that beauty is the most actually discussed topic on social media. It's true. So out of all of other topics, even though they're very important to people, health, relationships, friendship, the people still discuss a lot beauty. Why? Because like each second purchase in beauty is disappointment. Why is disappointment? Because they buy something which they don't use after. Why? Because when they buy it, nobody can actually help them to understand what exactly they need. Obviously, there is a niche products, there is specific type of products or businesses which are taking care and invest a lot in understanding the consumers and recommending the products. But if we talk about mass market, and as today, right now, let's say I need, waterproof mascara. What I do, either I buy something I used before, or I ask my friends, or I go and search online for it, right? So I actually managed to bring these elements together. So I want to share something with you today, and it's a very exciting moment for us because we worked as a team on this for a year, and we managed to nail the algorithm, which now can basically recommend you as a consumer best matching products in just a few seconds. You just tap, and it knows you so well that it can recommend you the products which most likely you're going to use, enjoy, and share with your friends. So welcome to iChooseBest. Clicker with me. Okay. Let me do it. Rewrite it. Welcome to iChooseBest. Yes. So I knew that it's very important to bring the gamification. So our team worked a lot as well in order to make the solution very simple and easy to use. Because at the end of the day, we're not ready to spend too much time discovering. We want to click and go and receive and get the result. So this is my profile. I guess you know my picture already. So these products on the top are the products which match basically my needs and my criteria. We're still early stage startup, okay? So just to set the expectation. Those qualities are those unique qualities which, by the way, you just wrote answering the questions. So we did the same. Before bringing them in, we did a big research. We got more than 1,000 of responses of what people actually love the products for. And we put them in. So as you can see here, on each product, there is a unique quality. And you can see as well if your friends are using this product as well or not. We changed, if you know user experience and design, you can see there is no traditional tab bar. Because, you know, when you're on the go, you can't really, you don't have a time to play around with your phone. You want easy access to each function. So, as I said, it was created for simple and empathetic consumer journeys. It is consumer-centric. When it comes to your businesses and your brands, you still can do it. It's different because in our case we use the consumer like it's in the heart of the algorithm. So every journey and the way journey actually works, let me show you. So the very first thing which you do, oh yes, I forgot to mention the most important part probably is for the brands you want to know that we can increase up to 40% your sales, but okay, I should maybe start with that. So first thing which you do, you download the app. As a consumer, you just download the app. You go on Apple Store, you choose for iChooseBest, shopping with friends. Once you downloaded the app, you're going through very personalized onboarding. So if you know, usually with apps, you have this, swipe screens, and we decided to change it a little bit to gamify the whole experience. Then, through the onboarding and through very unique questions, the way we ask them, and using the science in general decision-making, through the gamification, you're getting to know yourself because you're getting to know what actually is important for you when you take those decisions, and we collect them. So it's one of the ways of collecting the information from the consumer. And the fourth step is that if you want, you can actually onboard your products. And this is what is so different to any other recommendation engine, is because we do not wait for 100,000 users to come in order to be able to optimize their, the whole recommendation around them. If you need help, you can get the urgent help through our basically personalized chat assistant. And this is where the most important thing is. Like you can see what your friends are using. So since the day when we launched, it was a few months ago, which was closed beta. So there were so many scenarios how people use it actually. So somebody's checking it, what my friend is using, so I want to buy a gift for my friend because I know already that my friend likes this. There's another case where it's like, okay, I know she likes this, and I will open up the conversation with him or her about it. Another thing is actually, I know that he or she using it, I do not want the same one. So there's so many different case studies here, and actually it all depends on our culture, background, so it's very important to consider obviously all of them. So with everything which I've shared today, and I use this opportunity to be today on the stage with you to share about what I've built, what I really believe in, but at the same time give you some ideas of even before joining, let's say, our platform or using any other technology. There's so many things you still can do within your own business, with marketing, with your sales channels, if you're appealing to emotions of your consumers. So we are launching the open beta today, so which means that any brand we will onboard to the platform, any product can be part of this experience for the consumers. We are launching early next year in UAE, going to Saudi after, and then we'll be covering the whole GCC. This is my WhatsApp, by the way. Please just reach out for beta or for joining or just to chat. If you want to, have a coffee together or discuss something, I'm happy to meet in person. Any questions? I don't know if we have QA. Do we have Q&A? I'm happy to answer because I think I still have time, right? Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
I really enjoyed your presentation. It's a great platform. Just wanted to know, so how do you choose the products in your platform, or if someone wants to get in, what are the requirements?
So first of all, of course, the business should be legit. So the business should be existing business. The second of all, we're going through the due diligence in terms of the registered products in general in databases. So if the product's already been on the market, if it's a new product, that's a new scenario. This is where we can work together with the new brands. So it depends as well on which market. So we are not only UAE and we are not only GCC. So right now we have 20,000 products and already onboarded. So we have Sephora, Boots, Bloomingdale's, iHerb, Faces with us. So, and we have basically access to the global network as well. But answering your questions in terms of how do we choose which to onboard, or how do we choose to recommend?
No, how do you choose? Okay, no, how do you choose on board? That's one. And then the second thing, so what are your prices going to be for the consumers? Is it going to be cheaper than what they get in the department store, like for example in Sephora, or is it going to be the same price? Or how does that work? And how do you work with people that want to join your platform? Is it going to be like,
Yes, yeah. So in terms of pricing, right now, same pricing, because we're connected through the APIs with the platform, so it's the same pricing. However, what we do have already, we do have a special offers coming from brands because we signed the agreements with them. Right now, you won't be able to see it as a consumer, but this is what we're going to be doing within the next 6 months. There are 2 more big features we're going to be added to the platform. So one is going to be the ambassador program, which is multi-layered referral program. So you will be, as a consumer, be able to earn from each of your friends' purchases. So this is the way we're going to motivate users to come and stay and bring their friends. And the second of all is actually price comparison, because same product can be across multiple, obviously, stores, right, and retailers. So we'll be able to highlight the prices, and it's up to consumer to choose one.
Nice. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Any more questions?
Hi, Kristina. Thank you
Hi.
for this session. Do you also kind of assist or give a platform for startups? Because, I mean, of course, that should comply with your standards and everything else that you are building up for. But do you also promote any kind of such thing? Because, of course, Sephora, we all dream to go to Sephora, but not everyone is at Sephora, especially the startups.
Yeah. I love this question and the previous one as well, because the whole idea of this platform is actually to empower people, to give them power of choice. And to give them power of choice, it's actually to bring as many brands as possible, as many products as possible. So it will be up to consumer to see what is actually matching his or her needs and basically make a choice. So yes, we definitely work with any size of brand, because our mission is actually to make sure that all of the brands are there. It's challenging when it comes to availability in the region. So then this is where we will need to work actually with the brand in order to earn the business, to make sure we don't recommend something which is not actually yet represented in the market, because it's going to be not very pleasing experience for the consumer. But in general, and this is coming from, I guess, from my experience as well, personalities, that being part of the large organizations, which you are not so much driven by the budget spent by big brands, seeing how many smaller brands couldn't actually stand out there. This is why the whole platform was created, whereas there's no way to actually force any product to be shown to the consumer if it's not matching the consumer needs. I'm happy to, did you take my WhatsApp? Good, text me. Okay, we have one more question.
Thanks, Kristina. She actually asked the question that I wanted to ask. The other thing I want to know is what kind of brand and relationship that, how do we take it forward? What are the commercial terms and how does it work? How do you is there a listing process or a commercial fee? And what is your revenue model going to be like with?
Sure. Yes, good one. So 2 revenue streams, one already in place, the other one will be implemented within the next year. So the one which is already in place, it's affiliate agreement. So we basically earn from the commission from sales. You as a brand, you want sales, we want sales as well. This is how we make sure that we bring as many sales as possible, but the sales which are actually matching to the consumer needs. The second one, once we see that we have the enough of data collected about your products, and you see we collect very unique kind of a type of data, then we will have a subscription model where we'll be able to share the data with you. Not about specific consumer, but about your product. What is in the product people actually love and what they do not love. So how you can play around package, scent, etc., and in general improve it. So it's going to be 2. Yes. Thank you. Any more? Yes?
Hi, I was wondering, how do you make sure that your consumers are able to catalog their entire routine? Is that something that's possible? Because if I have a specific concealer or an entire routine that I'm using,
Yes.
how do I get to choose and also check that this is what I have, this is what I don't have?
Do you want to join our team? To support us on this journey? Because it's a good question. And it's very good. It's from you're totally in shoes of consumer, So right now you onboard your products. So because of so of course even having 20,000 products is still not enough. So if there is no products in place, you can through the chat assistant, which you saw there, you can actually request the product which is not there. However, and by bringing all of the brands in, we'll be able to secure making sure the product's there. But routine is not there yet. So the routine is something we're going to be implementing much later on. And this is where, so we did work with dermatologists. So we hired 13 different dermatologists across the world to make sure whatever we recommend is actually not harming people. So right now, the matching is 97.8% on recommendation. However, routine is not there yet. And this is what we're definitely going to do within the next year. So if you want to join, come. More questions? No? One more? Yes, please.
Hi, are you going to do only beauty products, or is it going to be fashion items and other items that women buy?
Yes, I was hoping somebody gonna ask this. My friends know that this is some. We started with beauty, yes. So the beauty is the sector where we see we can actually show the incremental value quite quickly because there is a clear need. But when it comes to emotions, when we want to spoil ourselves, we spoil ourselves so differently, right? Somebody buys a cream, somebody buys a book, flies to Maldives. So we're going to go broader, yes. So, and actually it depends on demand. So if we will see requests coming in and brands wanting to work with us, we're happy to, because from the way actually the whole app is built is like a Lego blocks together. So it's very adjustable, which is quite unique thing as well, because usually you need to rebuild the whole algorithm in order to be able to migrate from one niche to another niche. In our case, because of the journey of consumer, which is actually small recommendation engines being built around each consumer, we're able to inject in our database other products. So thank you. Okay, I think we're good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.